Hello. Today in this video, I'm going to be doing what I've been doing, which is going to be the set showdown. And I've kind of been messing these up a little bit. The last one that I did, the video didn't show, which kind of sucks, but looks like we're going to be doing next Destinies. Okay, so black and white next Destinies versus be something good, be something good. Black and white next Destinies versus oh boy. Okay, looks like we're doing next Destinies versus Aquapolis. So let me pull these up and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so let's just do two overviews of these sets. Let's do two little overviews of these sets, sorry, kind of a weird phrasing. So Black and White Next Destinies released February 8th, 2012, and has 103 cards in this set, 99 normal cards and 4 secret cards. And Aquapolis was released January 15th in 2003 and features 186 cards with 147 normals, 3 crystals, 2 holographics, and 4 alternates. So yeah, there's a lot more cards in Aquapolis for sure. Almost like 40 more cards than in this, or like sorry, 80 more cards than in Next Destinies, which is kind of crazy. Um, so Next Destinies, I'm pretty sure is the introduction to EX Pokemon. So you get a lot of these I think the Black and White era is really good example of like they had like a lot of different newer artists kind of popping onto the scene where you kind of have like these older artists mixed with these newer artists to kind of create like these sets of like not entirely completely new artists but like a lot of like new and older artists. So you'd have like artists like Maho, for example, like doing the Cricketot in the set. But you'd also have like, artists like Naoya Kimura working on like the Cricketune. You have like Masakazu Fukuda working on the Pinsir, and I think the Growlithe as well. Um, the Arcanine by Mitsuhiro Ida. Um, there's also another one. This is by Ryo Ueda. So you had like 3D illustrators working on actual like regular cards in the sets now. So this one is kind of like it has like more regular fire, but like the Pokemon itself is definitely 3D. James Turner. Interesting. Only received one card ever. I kind of like it though. The Pansear. That's cute. Masakazu Fuku. No, this is Koki Saito. Sorry. This is probably yeah, Kaneko Io. I was gonna say. I was Midori Harada. You also have like artists like that. But yes, you have like a lot of these more like 3D generated cards. So the EXs they are like in that 3D generated style. So you have artists like Shizuru, Ryo Ueda. You have artists like Kawaii working on these sets, and they're bigger set. This is a like probably one of the smallest black and white sets. Um, but they feature these fantastic looking full art cards. Oh, of course they don't want to load. Well, okay, we get to see the Reshiram. So this card is really, really nice. Older 5-band graphics artwork. The gold outlines of the Pokemon look really cool, and the fire in the background looks super cool. This Kyurem looks fantastic as well. Same thing, gold borders. The ice, crystalline ice in the background is super nice. Zekrom, same thing, gold borders. Black Pokemon with like a menacing like aura with like the lightning. You have the Mewtwo with like the psychic bubbles and like like circles surrounding it. It's like an iconic Mewtwo card too. The Regigigas full art. It's very, very nice. You also have the shiny Pokemon. They don't really have very good images of the shiny Pokemon. I don't know if they're gonna load. The Chandelure loaded, which is cool. The cards look really nice. They This one doesn't look like it has the gold borders that the ones they. Oh, I guess that they kind of changed it up. So these ones don't have gold borders like some of the other ones do in the black and white era. But they do feature shiny Pokemon and their secret rare cards. I think these ones look fantastic. Honestly, these secret rare shinies are super slept on. They're very underrated, and I think that a lot of them look really cool. Like I do really like this Chandelure a lot. I like the brick backgrounds, and I just like Chandelure's shiny colorations. It's a very weird nostalgic card because it's like I feel like nobody talks about these cards ever. Nobody cares about them at all. They care about more like the shining Pokemon and stuff like that. But these ones actually have their own like charm to them. Um, and the ones for this set are quite good. Shiny Emboar looks really nice. Chandelure, you got Shiny Zoroark and Hydreigon. So those are all like relatively popular like Gen 5 Pokemon. Um, Especially for like their shinies. I would definitely say Emboar has the most popular shiny out of these four. Um, but like the other ones don't look bad either. The set is really cool. I think it's really strong black and white era set. It's just unfortunate that it's facing off against Aquapolis. Now, I don't think this is a one-sided battle. I think these are very hard to judge like objectively between the two of them because they're both very good sets. Um, but man, this set has like the all-time greats, like literally the goats of the Pokemon TCG, all working on the same set, all collaborating on the same set. Like some of these cards are just absolutely gorgeous. Like the Houndoom by Naoya Kimura, the Houndoom by Hajime Kusujima. Like you have these artists that are firing on full cylinders, absolutely killing it with their artwork. Atsuko Nishida, Kingdra, um, Hikaru Koike, this Magneton card in the Elekid, it looked really, really nice. Ninetales by Kagemaru Himeno. It's like the Tomokazu cards, Mitsuhiro Rita, Hisao Nakamura, Aya Kusube. These artists that are like pretty much like staples of these older sets. Ones that mention in my videos all the time, especially artists like Ai Kusube, Mitsuhiro obviously, but also Naoya Kimura, Hajime Kusujima. And the thing is like those older artists, they don't really be like. Sorry, I was almost gonna use incorrect grammar. They don't really get featured all that much anymore. Um, but the cards in Aquapolis are just absolutely gorgeous. You have Keiji Kinabuchi's final cards. These are his last cards that he ever worked on for the Pokemon TCG. Um, and that's something special in my opinion. Like this artist, for those who don't know, Keiji Kinabuchi is a very, very old artist who got their start all the way back in the base set. They worked on a bunch of like those common, like uncommon 3D generated cards. They worked on the Fossil Gengar. They worked on some really cool like trainer cards and promos and like they were featured so much back in the day. And it's like they were one of the first people to actually work on the Pokemon TCG, which is really, really something to write, like something awesome. And these are their last cards that they ever illustrated for the Pokemon TCG, mixed in with a bunch of other cards in the set that are just all fantastic. I mean, like Espeon by Kyoko Umamoto, the colors on this card are just fantastic. It's like you have these like little rock stones, little different kind of blues, and then you have this super nice looking purple Espeon contrasting perfectly off of it. It's like I said, and I think I've said this multiple times at this point, but this is the E series firing on all cylinders. It's like I don't know. I remember my Aquapolis review was very succinct. It was like short and sweet, and I felt like a lot of like things that I love about Aquapolis are just like due to how much I enjoyed reviewing the set. And I'm pretty sure this also introduced us to Hisao Nakamura. Yeah, so this artist that is a really fantastic artist that worked a lot in the EX era, and the E series era. I really love a lot of their cards a lot. I always mention at least one of their cards in my favorite cards of a set, typically. Um, and they got their start here with this really adorable Horsey card, the adorable Drowsy, the adorable Chinchou, and then this really cool Scyther and Caesar card, as well as Jinx. We don't really talk about Jinx. Jinx isn't that cool, in my opinion. But like I said, firing on all cylinders, and you have 32 hollows in the set. That's a lot of, and the thing is like I feel like vintage hollows are a little bit more like important than like modern hollows. But not only that, you also have crystal Pokemon. So you have Crystal Kingdra, Crystal Lugia by Naoya Kimura, which is one of the most iconic cards of all time. And then the Crystal Nidoking by Hironobu Yoshida. You can't really see it. I guess I'll open image in a new tab. It's kind of a very small image, but it looks really cool. Okay, and like that's that. I mean, I think that this era of Pokemon cards is just absolutely unrivaled in terms of artwork, in terms of quality and quantity. They had it both. They had both quality and quantity in there. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's really hard to compare these two sets because Next Destiny is a really good set. I think it's a fantastic set. Personally, I love this set a lot, and I think that the full art Pokemon are some of the best full art Pokemon we've ever received. Because Black and White full arts just did it different. They did it special, and they didn't really have that many of them, so it's like very hard to compare. But you know, in my opinion, I think Next Destinies is one of the best Black and White era sets, but I don't think it's up there with sets like Aquapolis or Skyridge, and that has absolutely nothing to do with the set itself. I think this set, Next Destinies, is absolutely fantastic. Maybe even underrated. And maybe not underrated because of the Mewtwo. I know that the Mewtwo is very expensive and like, you know, it's popular, sure, but like I feel like the these sets they're not really talked about anymore. Like I don't know. People will always remember sets like Aquapolis, Skyridge, Expedition, stuff like that, because the E series is such a weird point in time where it's like super underprinted, super like rare to find, and the black and white era just kind of sits there. But I think the set is absolutely a must. If you want to collect a set that you're going to chase something for a long time, it's very old, it's very lovable. There's so much charm in the cards in this set too. Um, but like I said, I think in this battle, Aquapolis edges it out, but that doesn't mean at all that Next Destinies is a bad set. Like if I were to rank these two sets, Aquapolis is like at least a 9. I would say it's in like a high 9 range. You're like sitting like Aquapolis is sitting at like a 9.5, 9.6, something like that. Maybe even a little bit lower, like 9.3 or something. But I think it's one of the best sets ever created for the Pokemon TCG. And Next Destinies is sitting at like a solid 8.4 or 8.5. Actually, maybe not that high. I would give it like a 7.5. But that's not a bad set at all. 7 is not a bad number, and I think that that's not bad at all. This set features many Pokemon that I actually quite like. Maybe it is like 7.8 or something like that, but hey, those number rankings are just kind of jokes. They're not really like anything serious. Um, it's just something for me to keep track of my opinions a little bit better. But when you're talking about something as vast as Pokemon cards, I mean, it's kind of hard to give every set a number ranking. But recently I've been giving rankings to the EX era sets that I've been reviewing, and I said that, like, for example, I said that Crystal Guardians was like a 8.3 or something like that. And I kind of stand by that opinion. It's just it's different. It's different sets for different fellas. It's just like you might find one set absolutely fantastic, and I might find it, you know, not bad or anything like that, but not as good as you may find it. And if that's just our opinion. It's just difference in our opinion. But I don't think that any of these sets are bad by any means. This is totally the wrong set, by the way. I'm looking at Black and White Emerging Powers and not Next Destinies. Um, where is it? There it is. But anyways, I think that both of these sets are fantastic. Okay, like I don't want you to like go take this away, like take away from this that these were both good sets, but Aquapolis is just way, way, way better or something like that. I think they're both fantastic sets, and you should totally collect both if you can. I think Next Destinies might be a lot cheaper in terms of the common cards, but hey, knock yourself out, whatever you want to do. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.